Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Couch Warrior podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mike, and today I'm here talking to Jack McCaffrey. How are you doing, Jack?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. So, Jack, you're a wrestling standout. I know that. Where do you wrestle right now?
Hmm?
Where are you wrestling right now? You're still
I
in
go to
college,
Scranton.
right?
Yeah, I go to the University of Scranton.
Word. Are you a freshman, sophomore?
Freshman.
Gotcha. So you just
Yeah.
started. How'd you get into wrestling? Was it something like
Um,
you got into real young or later on?
kind of in between. So in middle school, I was obsessed with the UFC in elementary school, and I heard that wrestling was like a great base for martial arts and
Hell
MMA.
yeah.
So I was like, once I get to high school, I gotta join. And I started doing club before high school to try and get adapted to what I was gonna get into, and then took off from there.
So you knew you wanted to be a fighter from like real young, and you went into
Yeah.
wrestling straight up to get ready for that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. I love that.
Exactly.
I feel like
Yeah.
some of the best fighters are guys like that who came from the wrestling base, knew what they wanted to do real early. I
Yeah.
respect it.
Right. Yeah. No, it's awesome.
So, what weight class are you at?
All right, now I'm 197.
197.
Yeah.
Gotcha. If you end up fighting in mixed martial arts, you think you'll do like middleweight, welterweight?
Probably. Yeah. Probably middleweight.
I got you.
Yeah.
So, what made you interested in like jujitsu and competing in that aspect?
Again, it's grappling is just a different animal. I feel like in fighting. So, I have the wrestling down. I want to know how to break people's limbs and use everything against them. So that's how kind of got into it.
How long have you been training just jujitsu?
Jiu-jitsu. I only do no gi. I haven't really done gi yet, but I've been doing no gi for 4 years now, 5 years.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then have you done like any traditional competitions?
No,
No, just
not
Warrior
jiu-jitsu.
Cage Grappling.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that now. Warrior Cage Grappling. Anybody who knows me knows that I do commentary for them. It's grappling inside of a cage with gloves, so it's a little bit different. What did you think about it your first time doing it?
I thought it was awesome. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I like how you use the gloves. I like how it's kind of MMA based, just no striking, so it gets you kind of used to what you're gonna get into in there when there is striking. So I like.
Do you feel like it's a good tool to kind of get you like used to the cage with the gloves and all that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. And the cage was smaller. I believe it was like a hexagon when I
Hmm.
was in there, so there was less time to dance around and more time to get in the person's face and take them down, choke them out.
Hell yeah! I think we just recently got a smaller cage, and that's probably the one you competed
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah.
How'd you meet Rogers? How'd you find out about it?
Um, so so at UFC Gym in Riverdale, there's a J Rome's. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, yeah, I've
Um,
interviewed him actually. Also,
yeah, he sent a link into our group chat and was like, "Sign up for it. It's a good experience. It'll get you used to MMA and all this kind of stuff." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna sign up for it." And that's how I heard of it. And then pulled up and it was awesome.
nice. What's your timeline for getting into like MMA? Maybe doing your first amateur fight. Do you know yet?
Probably this summer, most likely
Really?
this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I train Muay Thai as well. I've been doing Muay Thai for a few years now, and probably yep this summer, 100%.
So that's what I was going to ask you next. If you started training the striking yet?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. So are you in like a MMA gym, or are you just kind of moving around to all these different places?
So I originally I was going to AMA Fight Club for a long, long time.
Hmm.
It's in Cedar Knolls, and then Shane Miles told me. I don't know if you've heard of Shane Miles. He's a fighter. He told
Hmm.
me about this place called Kansak Muay Thai. So I started going there every Sunday. They have open sparring for free. So I started going there. And then she was like, come out to UFC Gym Riverdale, just give it a shot, I'll get you in. I was like, okay. So I came there, started striking, grappling, and it all just came together.
Awesome. And then is the ultimate goal UFC?
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
the dream. Yeah.
So you mentioned you were watching it since you were a kid. Who were your favorites?
Conor McGregor was my favorite. Um,
Okay.
I like Chris Weidman growing up. Yoel Romero was awesome growing up. I like the old fighters. I like Brock Lesnar. I like DC. I like John Jones. I like Frank Mir. Fedor's an animal. I love all of them.
I always like the old school guys. Like Matt
Yeah.
Hughes was one of my
Matt Hughes is an
favorites.
animal.
Forrest Griffin, I love
Forrest
Forrest.
Griffin. He's the reason why it's as big as it is now.
Yeah, that's the fight that got me into the sport.
Yeah.
Stephen Bonner, Forrest Griffin won. That sickest fight.
Insane.
Are there any fighters that that you're trying to maybe replicate their style, or kind of that you take inspiration from?
Sometimes I'll try and like move around like Pereira. Yeah, my toes bounce around a little bit, move around. I like Khabib. Our team at UFC gym is called Cash Money, so everyone calls me Cash Money Khabib because I like to just grapple. I like to ground and pound, grapple, get on top of you, just lay bombs out on you.
Is that going to be the MMA nickname, Cash Money Habib?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if it sticks. I don't know.
That would be pretty good.
That'd be fun.
I want to hear Bruce Buffer announcing that.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But all right, Jack, that's really all I got for you. Before we jump out, if you want to plug anything, your socials, anything like that, go for it. It's all yours.
Awesome. My Instagram's Jack McCaffrey 6. So is my Twitter. So is my Facebook. All that stuff. Jack McCaffrey 6. Shout out UFC Gym. Shout out AMA Fight Club, and shout out Warrior Cage Grappling. Yeah.
Hell yeah. But all right, thank you guys all for tuning in. Thank you, Jack, for taking the time to speak with me. And make sure you guys all keep an eye on Jack. I'm sure we're going to see him in the UFC in not too long.
Yes.
Peace out, everybody.
Thank you.